Hello, welcome to Kirsty's Pilates in Paradise. This video is a stretch in the sun. I'm going to be doing a chest opener to start with, which is one of my favourite exercises. Really lovely stretch that absolutely everybody can do. And then I'm going to be doing something a little bit more exciting and a bit more difficult. But the chest opener is for absolutely everybody. If you can't get down onto the floor, you could do this on your bed. In fact, it's a perfect exercise to do first thing in the morning to wake yourself up, to give your body a little bit of a stretch, open up your chest and get some air into your lungs. So let me get on with it. So we're going to be lying down. Now, ideally you want a cushion or a pillow or something for your head. I haven't got anything here, so I will manage without. But for you, the best alignment for your neck is to have a pillow here so that your neck's not bent. Normally you would do it with your arms out here. Because I haven't got a pillow, I'm going to do it with my hand tucked underneath me to keep my neck in alignment a bit better. So you would be doing it like this. I'm going to do it like this. So your knees are up nice and high. Your hips are going to be stacked. Imagine you've got a metal pole digging through you, pinning you to the floor, and you're not going to let those hips roll back. You're going to keep your tummy squeezed in, and you're going to breathe nice and deeply. So I'm going to breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're opening up the chest. Now you can take another breath at the top if you want to. Breathe in here, breathe out as you rotate the arm over. Then you're going to breathe in, breathe out as you come back. You could do that all in one go. So breathing in, breathing out as you open up. Breathe in there, breathe out as you come back. Doesn't matter how far you go. If you can only go a little way, that's okay. It will depend on the flexibility in your shoulder and your arm. So that's okay if you can only go that far. If you can go all the way, that's great. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out as you open up. Breathe in there, breathe out as you come back. So your head is rotating round, your ribs are rotating round, but your hips are staying nice and still. They are not moving at all. To keep them still, you need to be squeezing your tummy in. Nice deep breath. Breathing in there, breathing out. So hopefully each time you might be able to go a little bit further to get a little bit more of a stretch. And if your hand can touch the floor, then maybe try and relax down a bit more of your arm, your wrist, your forearm. But don't worry if you can't touch the floor, that's not a problem. If you keep doing this regularly, you will get more flexible. It will get easier. Absolutely beautiful exercise, really good if you've got asthma or any lung problems. Opens up the chest, increases your lung capacity, and just helps to wake you up and stretch your body in the morning. And just do one more of those on this side. And then I will swap sides. So, once again, if you are doing it, you would have a pillow here to make sure that your neck was in a nice line. I'm doing it like this. So, knees up nice and high, hips staying stacked, tummy's tight. Don't let the hips roll back. You're breathing in, as you breathe out, opening up. Breathe in there as you come back. Breathing in. So head is rotating round, ribs following round, following your arm, but not your hips, they're staying still. Now, if you had any shoulder problems and it hurts to do this movement like this, do it with your hand on your shoulder, and so it's just a half the movement, and it's more comfortable. So you can still do it with a shorter lever. And sometimes you can go over with the arm like that and then lengthen it. be aware of what is good for your body, and if it hurts, or straining, then don't do it. I'll do a few more of the normal one. Lovely. One more. That is your beautiful chest opener. Okay, so this next stretch is probably not for everybody. So this is a very, very strong set of stretches. It's jazz inspired, and I have to thank one of my lovely ladies in one of my classes for giving me this set of stretches. If you've got a bad back or any injuries, probably best to not do this, just to do a nice gentle stretch with the band. So here, this is the jazz stretch. So I'm going to start with my right foot forward. Oops. Start with your knees hip distance apart so you're nice and balanced, and then take the right foot forward. So I'm starting off with a hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to tuck the bottom under, tilt the pelvis under, and then lean forwards into a hip flexor stretch. I'm stretching the hip flexor down this side. Make sure that your knee doesn't go further forward than your toes. Now that's just quite a normal stretch that anybody could do. I'm going to add in a bit more of something advanced. So if your back is okay and you want to do this, you're going to squeeze the tummy and take your arm up. If you're okay, lean back, make sure that you're squeezing the tummy in. And if that's okay, you're going to take the stretch over to the side. If anything hurts your back, please stop and don't do it. It's quite a strong stretch. Breathing nice and deeply, keeping the tummy tight. Coming back over and down. Okay, now moving on to the legs. So I'm going to take the front foot forward and straighten it. You can put your hands on the floor. Starting with the toes pointed. So stretching the hamstring. And then you can lift up the toes, flex the foot. You can do that again, point the toes and flex. So you're feeling the stretch all the way down the back of this leg. Okay, put that foot down. Oops, you can bring that foot in. We are going to straighten the back leg. So, oops. Straighten the back leg. And this is called a hurdler stretch. So again, we're getting into the hip flexor here a little bit. Try to make sure that you're tightening up the tummy whenever you're doing these ones. You put your hands down and that's down. Now, I'm going to add in a little rotation here if this is comfortable for you. Squeeze the tummy in. Take the arm to the sky. Make sure that you're breathing. Lovely. Okay. Going to straighten both the legs. And it's like you're doing the splits, although obviously we're not going to do the splits. So if you can't manage too far, don't worry. You can bend one leg if it's too hard. So both legs are straight. Breathing nice and deeply. Lovely. Okay. Put the back knee down. I'm going to tuck this front foot round. Now the harder option is to have your foot up here. Slightly easier to tuck this foot down behind you. Then you want your pelvis to be nice and flat, so you don't want to be on the side. Pelvis nice and flat. This is a piriformis stretch. You're going to feel it all the way down your buttock. Now, if it's comfortable for you, you can lean forwards. Make sure that you're breathing nice and deeply and you have got your tummy tight as well. You should feel it down here. Okay, then you're going to come back up, bring this foot round. Oops, that's the bit where it gets messy and I get sand everywhere. Take that foot behind you and sit up a little bit if that's comfortable for you. This is releasing. Lovely. Then we're going to do it all on the other side. So, starting with your knees hip distance apart. I'm going to take one foot forward, so I'm on the left leg now. Take the left foot forward, quite far forward. Squeeze the tummy in. You're going to tuck the bottom under before you tilt into it. Lean forwards. Knees not going further forward than the toes. Now, again, if your back is okay and you want to do this bit, please join in. If not, you can just stick to this part of the stretch. So if it's okay, squeeze the tummy in, looking up. Lean back a little bit if you want to, and then over to the side. And then come back. Beautiful. Okay, the front leg is going to straighten. So your toes are pointed to start with. And then flex them, feeling a stretch all the way down the back of this leg. And do that again. Point. And flex. Okay, then we are going to bend this front leg, straighten the back leg for the hurdler stretch. So you can go as deep as is comfortable for you. Squeeze the tummy in. And then if you want to, you can add in the rotation. Hands down, nice and firmly on the floor. Lovely. I'm going to straighten both legs. Make sure you're breathing. And you haven't forgotten your tummy. And then the front foot's going down, so the back knee goes down, front foot's coming round. This is the harder position. A little bit easier if you tuck it in. Sitting up nice and straight with your pelvis, so you don't want to be wonky. Nice and straight. And if you're comfortable, you can relax down. Really feel a stretch down this left buttock. Okay, then the ungainly bit, coming back up out of it. Bit where I fall over. Tuck this leg round behind you to release and sit up if that's comfortable for your back. That was my jazz-inspired stretch. Thank you so much from the lovely island of Macanudu in the Maldives. Thank you so much for joining me.